Hey everyone, it's Calvin, also known as Omer, and this is the Ace Attorney Chronicles Adventures. This is my first ever playthrough of Ace Attorney Chronicles Adventure. And Mr. Lawyer, sir, can I ask you something? Of course. Ask away. Oh, yes, of course. What is it? We love Patricia and Rolly over here. Well, you keep asking us all these questions about everything we told you, so... It seems like you don't believe our testimony. Is that... Oh my god, it's so cute. It's so cute. Is that right? Well, out with it. Out with it. Oh my god. Well, no. It's really not that at all. My husband's a policeman, remember? And I know what I saw. I remember every last detail. Everything like... Oh, I know. What about the books and the man dropped? I could tell the names of every single one. I could, every single one. Oh, and you dare to question my reliable testimony is? The music as well. That will do, Miss Beat. No, it won't do it all. I love them. The Japanese line has no idea what I'm capable of. Oh, look at this. Even if I decide to forgive him for insulting us, don't you think for a minute that Rowley will? I really didn't mean to cause offense. Please put your husband's fist down. Perhaps you'd like the opportunity to supplement your testimony, Miss Beat? Might that appease you? Oh, thank you, my lord. That would settle things nicely. Wouldn't it, darling? Rolly agrees. So I don't tell you into the 4 books either. 3 books. Girl, you should have just kept quiet. I think it even says it here as well. There's 3 books.
Objection.
Hold on, girl. I hate to do this to you. You're the best witnesses we've ever had in any Ace Attorney game ever. But so you're saying that there were 4 books? That's right. I remember all of them. The picture, the monster, somebody, what's the yearnings, a meal for someone, the thingamajimmy, something. I love it. The thingamajimmy. I'm sorry, Miss Beat. No, just let her win. Don't do this to her. But there's a fundamental flaw in that statement of yours. Oh no, what was the flaw? Simply that at the scene of the crime, there were only 3 books, not 4. What? Have a good look at this photographic print of the scene of the crime. As you can clearly see, there are only 3 books. But no, that can't be. I saw them. I know what it is. Yes, you can't fool me. Sorry? It's that big old lump of dead body. The lady's so large, her coast is blocking the view of the full book, that's all. Let's at least try to remember that the poor woman isn't dead, even if we're insulting her size. Yeah, let's not be insulting her size. Again, lifting up the armband. No, I'm sorry, Miss Beat. But Mr. Nasumi could not have possibly have dropped the 4 books as you describe. Why not? Fascinating. All from your assured tone. Something you can readily substantiate with evidence, I presume. Ah, evidence. Counsel, you will please present evidence to substantiate your claim or withdraw. We have evidence. We have perfect evidence. There you go. We have perfect evidence. That's fine. Good on you. The evidence is right here, in the form of this bookshop receipt. From your books? No, from my... No, it's a different bookstore, not my bookstore. Yes, this receipt details Mr. Natsumi's purchases that day. But as you can see, only 3 books are listed. No! Therefore, Mr. Natsumi would have only dropped 3 books at the scene of the crime. Which means that your powers of observation, madame, cannot be relied upon. So it cannot be denied that though you say it was the defendant you saw, you could very well be mistaken. Oh no, she's not mistaken. Don't leave these 2 alone. Oh, look at the 2 of them. Oh my god, her hair is beautiful. You can't object to this. Don't actually do object. Help her out. Did you notice this as well? And maybe this is just me, but like not only like is he like the way that we're colored versus the way he's colored, his colors are very dull and very monotone. Even though the scene around him is kind of like more monotone and dull, and it kind of makes the scene around him look more dull. And we're very in a colorful like space, and a very well lit space too. That is your powers of deduction that cannot be relied upon, my little Nipponese friend. Like look at this, like already it looks brighter over here, and it is because we have like more color in our face, more color in our outfit. Even though we're wearing all black, there's even like more color on the black. Like the blue looks darker than the black over here. What cannot be denied is that these 2 witnesses saw the accused running from the scene. A fact that you know very well you have no hope of disproving. Ah. So you're striven to avert attention by that dint of some inconsequential discrepancies. Would that be fair? He sees right through me. But your plan has somewhat recoiled against you. What are you talking about? It's quite simple. Let me explain with a toast. To policeman's wife and her entirely accurate testimony in every respect. Oh, she's ready to fight. I love that. It's so cute. If you see the matter is not up for debate, as the scene of the Briar Road, a total of 4 books were most definitely found. But what about the photographic print? It only shows 3 books. Quite right. Only 3 can be seen in that print. That print? Do you mean to say... Allow me to present another one that shows the victim's hand. The lion's pride. So she stole the book. It's the 4th book. As you will observe, the 4th book was hidden from view in the original print by the victim's torso. This is like, to me, like, this is like holding a table quiz, right? And being like, what is the name of this type of tree? And you're like, oh, it's an oak tree. And then presenting a completely different photo from like a closer up and being like, nope, sorry, actually, if you look closer now you get to guess again. It's like, it doesn't make, that's a bad analogy. I'm usually good with analogies. This week I'm bad with analogies. Don't even listen to me ever again, okay? In fact, you know what you can do? You can disregard anything I say for the rest of my life. But you get what I'm saying. It's just like, it's not wrong. It's not wrong. Like, to what we said, we with all the evidence we had, we worked with what we had, and we were right at the time. And now we're wrong because they just present new evidence they should have presented at the start. I love that the scarves are connected. Oh my god, that's even... There you see, look at that, look. Oh my god, you two are so right. You're so right. It's just like I said, isn't it, my darling? Yes, sir. Patricia's always right, sir. Let us cite the receipt for the books purchased by the accused on the day in question. Mrs. Beat, the titles once again, if you please. Oh yes, of course. The picture of Monsieur somebody or other. The picture of Monsieur Lecoq. What's it yearnings? Canterbury yearnings. A meal for someone? A meal for Gabbro, in fact. And the court just heard the witness remembers the book's titles flawlessly, save for a few minor details. Yeah, she's very good. Miss Beat's powers of recollection can only be described as exceptional. Did you hear that, Rowley? The gentleman paid me a compliment. Slap him. Yes, sir. Flawless, sir. Patricia is flawless. That's a good boyfriend, by the way. He understands that people love his wife and understands that, like, his wife is beautiful. So he's like, I'm going to accept that. Like, and it's a compliment to me that people compliment my wife. Good husband. But there are only 3 books on the receipt, and Mrs. Beat mentioned 4. There's nothing surprising about that. Oh, is there not? Clearly the 4th book is that which was shown in this photographic print. I'm sorry, counsel, but that does not seem odd. Why would the 4th book be omitted from the receipt? Because it's hers? It's not all, my lord. As the photographic clearly shows, the 4th book was found in the victim's clutches. In other words, it belongs to the victim. The victim was holding her own book? Yeah, that seems pretty accurate. I wonder what became of the 4th book. Obviously, it wasn't overlooked by the investigation. Officers of Scotland Yard. I have it here as evidence. You will submit that and the aforementioned photographic print to the court, please, counsel. My pleasure, my lord. A second photograph scene taken by the policeman should have been in... What is it? It says it should have been put into evidence earlier, but he just wanted a gotcha moment. He's like a YouTube commenter. What? A book entitled The Lion's Pride, discovered in the victim's hand at the scene. Lion's Pride. Okay. That's a joke, by the way. That's a joke. Sometimes people are like, oh, is he talking about me? I don't remember everyone's names, guys. Like it doesn't always work like that. Like, you know, like I remember the regulars, but it's like I will have commenters being like, you know that comment you made in the YouTube video, is that about me? And I'm like, this is the first time I'm talking to you, I think. Dude, sorry. I have nothing further to add. What? You seem surprised, my learned friend. But your resistance until now has been in vain. Entertaining, yes, but futile. The spurious this longer route to the accused lodgings that you tried to establish in your summation examination, and the attempted discrediting of the witness' powers of recollection in your cross-examination. Futile? I walked right into this, didn't I? You see, everything we said is true. Isn't that right, my darling? Yes, pet. Marry me, pet. Oh, it's so cute. Perhaps the ladies and gentlemen of the jury would like to reconsider the positions. Should the court waste any more time on this Nibonese travesty, do not do the fire thing unless you are sure. Unless you are sure, okay? Or is a decision you have to make all too apparent already? They're going to do the fire thing, aren't they? Oh wait, we have to. Oh wait. Wait. You guys would kill me if I didn't explore all the new evidence. Okay. You wouldn't kill me. You very kindly suggested I should explore all the new evidence. The Lion's Pride. Can we open her? This book is from Joan and John's house. Oh, look at this. The book has been badly burnt. You're right. You'd never be able to read in this city, especially not the latter pages. What a terrible waste. Judging from the scorched edges of the paper, I think the damage must have occurred very recently. A book? Recently damaged by fire. What does it seem to raise a flag with me? Thank you guys, by the way, for constantly letting me know. Let me see. It's a book entitled The Lion's Pride. I'm afraid I don't know any English literature at all, so it wouldn't have been something I've heard. I think the last case would have gone even smoother if I did look at the evidence earlier and explore the evidence earlier. So people did remind me of that as well. So it wouldn't be something I've heard. Wait a minute, The Lion's Pride. That's strange. I think I've heard the book by the name before, and very recently too. Well, we talked about lions with your man, John. Its title I recognize too, Mr. Naruto. Well, regardless, we have a new piece of evidence that's burnt now, at least. No, don't do it, guys. Do not do it. You have heard all the witnesses and seen all the evidence. He's bullying the jury. The trial has run its course. Mr. Naruto, I'm afraid we are in a terrible, precarious position. I know, but if I fight back in the wrong way now, I could very well just make matters worse. Think, Rinosuke, think. What do you do now? Yeah.
Objection.
I'm not done yet. No, my little friend, it's over. That last cross-examination was your final chance to establish a credible defense, and you failed. The die has been cast. There's no more room for debate. Well, it might be over as far as you're concerned, but I can't think of what to say. If I may, Lord Van Zieks, it seems somewhat boorish to close out a debate at this point. Your insignificant little Eastern Isle must be a lawless hole indeed. Dude, we've had 2 murders in like 2 days, and 2 stabbing, a burning, and a killing. Like, 2 stabbings and a burning. And you're willing to just, like, put us some way that didn't even do it. You're great, aren't you? You're really great, aren't you? You big old fool, yeah. Look at you. Big ugly fool, yeah. Big dribbly fool. For a lowly judicial assistant to have the audacity to defeat at a moment like this. Yeah, she's smarter than you. She's better than you. No, don't be sorry. You, Van Zieks, shut your mouth. I am, to my shame, still a very inexperienced lawyer. So you'll have to forgive me, but I consider my assistant's advice essential to her opinion, and her opinions invaluable. Yes. One of the land's great guiding principles is tolerance, so the court will hear you, madam. Yes, that's what Britain is known for. It's tolerance. No wonder my my pop filter gets a little bit rusty sometimes. Me fucking spitting on it. Yes, Britain is known for Cornish pasties and tolerance. Go ahead, Mrs. Hana, please. Very well. Pray, what insight can you give us? what we all overlooked in this matter that you see fit to pursue further? Well, the court has been presented with new evidence, but only after the last cross-examination finished. I see. And you believe that as new evidence warrants a further examination, do you? Mr. Naruto, what do you think? It's just possible that this new evidence might be the decisive proof we've been waiting for. The judge is sure to ask the members of the jury to announce their leanings in the moment. And of course, he's sure to ask you to explain what the crucial piece of evidence is and why. We must take this opportunity to examine the newly presented evidence as thoroughly as possible. Yes, I understand, and thank you, Mr. Zato. This is it. Susato has managed to win us at least one last chance here. I can't let it go to waste. The defense wishes to present evidence, my lord. Very well. The defense may present one further piece of evidence. Evidence that apparently offers a profound insight into this case. And here's the... Oh, okay. The book?
Take that!
The evidence in question is what we can see from the crime scene. 100% photograph of the crime scene. The fourth book found in the victim's hand.
Objection!
We've already discussed the fourth book at length. Other than it being the victim's grasp at the time of the incident, no significance has been attached to it. Pursuing the matter further would be a flagrant waste of the court's time, as you well know. It's always a waste of time when it goes against you, isn't it, buddy? It's always a waste of time, you big dribbly outfool, yeah. I'm afraid, counsel, I must concur with the prosecution on this matter. When I afforded you this opportunity, you led the court to believe that the evidence in question contained a hitherto undiscovered clue. So I must insist you elaborate, counsel. Will you identify the clue at once? Do I make myself clear? Oh, yes, my lord. It's, Mr. Naruto. I believe the prosecution is trying to avoid a thorough examination of the evidence, which means you may well be on the right track. Yes, I think you might be right. So, counsel? Precisely where is the vital clue to this case? Which is the book conceals? Yeah, okay, easy. It's burnt, Your Honor. Got it! I would ask the court to observe the back of the book in question. The back? What do you... Good gracious! It's been burnt to a crisp. So we have to ask ourselves, why was the victim clutching what is clearly an unreadable book? It's undeniably an extremely unnatural thing for it to have been doing. Oh, look at the scarf.
Objection!
Unnatural, you say? And what of it, my Nipponese friend? We're not friends. Were I to concede the point of it bears no relation to the case, there is nothing to discuss. So should you wish to assert that fire damage is some veiled clue as to what happened that day, you didn't explore the house that we did. You didn't go to Joan and John's. Pray do enlighten us all. What truth does the charred book hide? A charred book? There is just one possibility which I can't quite bring myself to rule out. It's an outside chance certainly, but worth a try. Alright, I'll explain my theory. Don't keep us waiting longer than counsel. Explain this theory of yours. A lot of the dialogue here is not needed. What are you suggesting that you can ascertain from the fire damage this tomb has suffered? The shop has sold it. Its owner? So we can say it belongs to John, right? My lord, the burn in the back of this book reveals a startling truth about the book's owner. I beg your pardon. But you already know the book belongs to. Yank on him. Tug on him right now. The victim was gripping at it in her hand and she fell to the floor. After all, it's obviously hers. Are we going to have to bring him in? We're going to have to bring him in for questioning. The question of how this book came to be in the victim's hand is yet to be answered. However, as to the question of who the book really belongs to and where it originated, the defense has very credible answers. Good gracious, how could you possibly? Very well, I'll play along with this futile attempt to delay your inevitable demise. But do remember, the members of the jury may well burn you if your little gamble goes awry. Counsel, the defense response is very likely to influence the court final outcome of this trial. So tell the court, do you claim this owner of this, who's the owner? Oh, easy. John Garade, a retired army man who was the landlord of the lodgings rented by the defendant, Mr. Natsumi, an old knee injury, principally confined to his chair. And of course, Joan, who's on the freaking 38, 40. What are the ages? 1 second. 16, of course, we need to have 52. 44, looks great for 44. 33 looks... does not look like a 33-year-old. Iris Wilson, 10. Joan looks fantastic, even though 38 is not old at all. John Gardy looks way too old for a 46, to be honest. Herlock Sholmes looks fantastic, of course. Van Zeeks is 32. Olive Green, we don't know. Rolly Beat is 23. A devoted London Bobby witnessed the incident whilst walking down the street of his wife Patricia. And Patricia Beat 21. Now that we know that she is 21, we can say she is gorgeous. Oh, I forgot I'm doing this. I was like, what am I doing? There you go. The answer is that the book belongs to the couple who owns the house where the defendant has his lodgings. A certain Mr. and Mrs. Garriday. The landlords? And whether this is some extraordinary coincidence or some kind of fate at work, I don't know. Of all the people in London, one of 6 chosen for the jury duty in this courtroom today is none other than Miss Garriday herself. Oh, my goodness me. I think you must be mistaken, sir. I'm not Miss Garriday's wife. I'm his maid. The thing would be much easier if you just dropped the pretense. Alright then, how about a simple question for you? Have you ever seen this book in Mr. Garrity's house? I would never presume to know all of the books he keeps, sir. This is outlandish behavior. This woman is the accused landlady, you say. You implicate this hard-working member of the public. You besmirch her without a shred of evidence. Your actions are unforgivable. This is not a mere conjecture. The defense happens to know that on the day in question, at almost exactly the same time as the victim was stabbed on the pavement below, another incident was taking place in the room on the top floor of Mr. and Mr. Garrity's house. Oh, good lord, what sort of incident, counsel? A fire, my lord. Afraid to say it was. Happened in the blink of an eye, you know. The whole place filled with smoke. Couldn't see a bally thing. Yeah, we remember he said this. We can probably skip this part. We know he said this. The Lion's Pride. Geez, that look. By Jove, the very same title of the subject of this debate. Dear me. This is risible. All you told the court is that a book by the same name was involved in a fire, in which case it would be reasonable to assume that it was burned to ashes. And entirely unreasonable to infer that it magically removed itself from the scene of the crime. Perhaps it would make more sense if I told you that the cause of the fire was marital discord. Without going into detail, it appears that Miss Garrity was considerably enraged. Apparently, she continued to attack Mr. Garrity even amid the flames. Oh, how awful. I can't imagine being so hard to one you love, can you, Rowley? They're so adorable. Absolutely not, sir. My Patricia would never raise a finger against me, sir. Had all my old favourite novels in that case, but as soon as the fire got hold of him, that was it. Whoosh, up in smoke. Then the wife started hurling things at me. There I was, back against under heavy enemy fire, and suddenly was going, doesn't. Yeah, we already know this stuff. The man had his back up against the window and he was burning burning books thrown at him. Goodness gracious, are you suggesting that the book was thrown through the window and landed coincidentally at the scene of the crime? No, a thorough investigation of the surrounding area was conducted the very evening of the incident, and there was no report of Garrity's window pane being broken. That's quite true. We also saw no signs of broken glass when we visited Garrity's house. But it's not conceivable that the window was open at the time in... Not even remotely. Let us not forget the season and the chilling weather that accompanies it. No Londoner would ever leave a window open in the middle of winter. Does the defense postulate the scenario in all seriousness, counsel? Do you earnestly claim that the book was found at the scene was flaming projectile thrown by Mr. Garrity's wife? I believe it's a possibility, my lord. Really? We do? I guess we do. That's quite enough. Who's saying this? Oh, Joan. Well, I hope that everyone could see you for what you are, you little foreign trickster. Jesus. You call yourself loyal, but you're just a coward. A mean coward. Jesus, don't talk to Van Zeeks that way. He's not that bad. I mean, he is that bad, but... claiming our little tiff was a whole neighborhood alight. Honestly, implying that I'm merely posing up as a maid for appearance's sake. How could you? It's nothing to do with this beastly case, not any of it. All you've done is sully our family's name. No, I assure you that was never my intention. Dragging an upstanding citizen's name through the mud. I simply divert attention from your own failing defense. You should box your ears, that's what I should do. I should box your ears, that's what I should do. It's utterly unforgivable. Too right. Here we go. How long have we sat now listening to this Nipponese spouting his fancy foreign theories? But to think about it, at the end of the day, the only person who could possibly stab the victim was me! A little hunchback with a mustache, and he ran away from the scene too. I do declare your rights. It's true. Yes, so what did I tell you? Makes sense to me.
Huh? Sorry? What's that?
Wait, what? Well... shit. It would appear that the ladies and gentlemen of the jury are once again in full agreement. What is your position, Lord Van Zeeks? In truth, my lord, I feel there's even unnecessarily protracted proceedings. But then, one must always exercise patience in order to save the best vintage. No, wait. The mystery of the fourth book still hasn't been... Damn. He's not cute, by the way. If books are your predilection, my learned friend, study them on your own time. What? No forgive the discourtesy this time? In that case, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, you will now state your individual decision regarding the physical capability of recording.
Guilty.
Jesus, not again. Not again.
Guilty.
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 No! Again? Oh, we're gonna have to do some real serious cross-examination petamentations, or what it's called. We're gonna have to do petamentations. Dalmatians, kamikations. Oh my god, it's gonna be crazy. Thank you for an unambiguous response. That's twice now, it's over. Mr. Naruto, don't give up. Mr. Suzato, have you forgotten? The battle isn't over yet. You're not suggesting... Of course, the defense has the right to another summation examination at this point. You can still convince the jurors to change their minds. You have one more chance. My lord, the defense asks to exercise the right for summation examination. You believe you still have tricks up your sleeve? Shut your mouth. I don't intend to trick anybody. I intend to uncover the truth. This is no time to be downcast. As long as there's a chance, I have to stay strong and determined. Yes, buddy. Ooh, for real? We're doing to be continued? Whoa. Okay, so we're gonna end the video here. It's actually a perfect place to end it. Even though it's not even been 30 minutes. But like, I think it's like actually like a perfect space to end. This is the shortest video we've ever done in the series. I think like it's a perfect place to end it without being having a cliffhanger. I know like it's a very short, it's a much shorter episode, but like I just feel like it just makes sense. I don't know. I've had a lot of fun with this. I've had a lot of fun with this episode and a lot of fun with this trial so far. We're into like another section of this game. It just seems like it's gonna be a long trial. I can't imagine what the last trial is gonna be like. I'm assuming that like if the last trial was 5 hours and this trial completely, I think I'd say the trials each of the trials were probably like, it looks like since this one was 2 hours, this part, the next two parts could be like so it could be a 6 hour trial. But they seem around 5 hours on average for trials. So I wonder, the last trial might just be like a full-on 20-part trial, which I think is going to be freaking insane. But at least I think we got to dent the game. And the reason I like kind of wanted to dent it is because we had some time. This is a very long game. I didn't expect it to be this long. A regular Phoenix Wright game is like 20 hours long. So it's not that you could literally like I would have been finished a Phoenix Wright game by now. Actually, it would have been over. But it was great. It's great so far. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.